There we go, two Mark IIs. BreZ RC505 Mark II loop station. I'll tell you why I have two of these later in this video. Close the door. Get comfy and let's begin. That is me totally pretending like this is a new loop station, but I've been the owner of this Mark II since December 2021. Lovely. There we go. This is the BreZ RC505 Mark II in action, turning on. So, this is going to be a honest review video, and I'll tell you why I have two Mark IIs. But first of all, you need to know that this is not going to be the sort of review that you usually see and expect from a product review. Because I'm not just that person who tries a machine and just makes a review and just puts it out there for the sake of making views by making a lot of reviews on different products. No, this machine is basically my work tool. This is my life. I am a looper. This is how I pay my rent. This is how I survive in this world. I loop. So trust me, everything I'm about to say in this video is pretty accurate. I've been looping since 2009. I loop every day. I know my shit. So I've been looping with this machine on a daily basis since December 2021. So it's been 8 months now. So when this machine came out, it had a lot of issues, many software problems, and it needed updates. Isn't that right? Yeah, you needed a lot of updates. So it received a few updates, and a few months later, here we are with a machine that is supposed to be pretty decent and that is supposed to be working very well. What this machine can do is extremely powerful. Possibilities are nuts, they are insane. So as I said, I've been looping for 13 years, and what you can do with this machine, even just compared to this one, the Mark I, it's unbelievable. I'm making the best tracks of my life with the Mark II because it's just nothing compared to what we've seen before that. The effects, the shortcuts, the functions, the different functions you have in there just makes it totally different. It makes making music more versatile and complete as opposed to the Mark I, which was already a very powerful tool, but as I said, nothing compared to this one. But in this video, I'm not going to talk about these functions, shortcuts, effects, about how the machine works, because I think you need to know the truth about this machine. It's a loop station that is still under development, and the software in the machine is full of errors and problems that will cause your machine to crash and stop functioning properly. So I'm sorry, boss, but I'm going to be very mad at you for the rest of this video. And I'm sorry because there are a lot of very helpful people working for BreZ. I want to give a shout out to Nicolo from BreZ Italy, who is a very helpful and kind person. He actually reached out to me after my first impressions video on the Mark II, which means that boss actually are looking at my videos. He reached out to me so that we could find a solution together to make this machine better, actually to make this machine usable. So I'm really sorry, but I have to make this video so that people know the truth and understand how much of a failure this machine actually is. So when I first bought this machine for 619 euros, so basically more than half my salary, I brought it home and immediately came across several issues. It crashed a few times. I had very loud buzzing sounds coming here and there, and I had different minor issues. I thought, why would you release a machine like this? I mean, it's not ready to be released. That's kind of unethical, isn't it? But then there were several updates. But the more I updated this machine, the more I had frequent issues with it. I have friends, loopers, who are professional musicians who loop on a daily basis, who bought this machine and simply stopped using it. They're not looping anymore, at least not with this one. They went back to the Mark I, or they simply sold it because it's just not usable. So I've encountered different kind of issues with this loop station. Let's just go through them quickly. So the first one being, maybe I'm going through my effects or whatever, and all of a sudden, blank screen, right? This screen does not show anything else but just nothing. So I have to turn off the machine and shut it down and put it back on. Sometimes it just randomly freezes. So for example, I have made my tracks going on. I want to record something and it just freezes. So this red thing here just stops. Everything stops. Nothing happens. You can turn the knobs, turn it on or off, whatever. Nothing, it's not going to respond anymore. So off and on. Sometimes I have effects not working. So for example, I have this track here. Let's say it's a beat going on and I put a beat scatter on it. Nothing happens. Just doesn't work, right? The effect is targeted to all or maybe just this track, whatever. It just doesn't work. So I'm not stupid. I know how this machine works. So I know when an effect works or when it doesn't work. So I've had this case with the Mark I, but like maybe once every 7 or 8 months. So here it's very frequent. Also, I have a very rare one. It doesn't happen much, but it does happen. Let's say I want to put track effects on these ones. So I press my buttons. See how the lights are on? They're on, right? Sometimes I press the buttons, the lights are not on. The effect is working. The effects are working this time, but the lights are not on. So it's input and output. LEDs don't work. They're not responding. I want to go from bank A to B. No light at all. So I have to go like this. Double tap, I don't see it. I have to go from A to B. There's nothing telling me that I'm on B, but I just have to know that I'm on B. Sometimes, this is curious also, maybe, let's say I have just these two loops going on. I want to turn off this one. So there it goes off, right? But sometimes I can press it, nothing happens. It just keeps on going, doesn't stop. But the worst thing that I have are audio issues. Check this out. So this is the issue that is the most recurring, and the frequency actually, it used to be once a day, like roughly once or twice, whatever. and it just kept on being more and more and more. 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Every 20 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes. And it just happens every time I loop now. Every time I do a song, whenever I do a hi-hat, or whenever I do any sound that is very rapid, like just like this. Whatever sound I put on this, see, it's very rapid compared to the other ones that take up more measures. When I do a very fast sound, the audio issue is gonna happen 100%. So I decided to return my loop station to the store, but before I just wanted to show you how it works. I made a little video and earlier on today, and you can see how it actually works. I'll just speed up the video so you don't spend 2 or 3 minutes just waiting for the audio bug to happen. But it's live, you see how it happens, you see how it occurs, and just watch it.
Let's just try to loop something like I usually do, and let's see how it goes. Let's go. Do you hear this? This is just a hi-hat.
But the funny thing is, some loop stations have crazy issues and others don't. Each RC505 Mark II seems to be different, but in a bad way. I'll take MKII for example. Shout out to MKII, crazy looper, one of French's finest loopers. Love this guy. He told me something really crazy about his loop station. So the other day I saw him perform a 1-hour set with his Mark II loop station without having any issues, it seems. The only issue he has is very strange. Listen very closely. This is very strange. When you go from one memory to another, your effects are different. For example, if I go from memory 10 onto memory 11, right? See, my effects, they change, okay? It's normal because I set my effects on memory 10 differently than I set my effects on memory 11. It's normal, each song is different. So let's say I am on memory 10. I want to go to 11. My effects change, as you can see, because I set them to be like this. Well, on MKII's loop station, when you go from memory 10 until memory 11, his effects are not the way he set them to be. Which is very annoying, isn't it? To play your songs. But this is not the crazy part. When he goes from memory 10 to memory 11, in order to have the correct settings here and here, he has to do one thing. And this makes absolutely no sense. So to have the correct settings, what he has to do is move this fader up and down. So just so you understand, right? He's on memory 10. He just finished his song. He goes to memory 11. His settings are not the ones that he set to be. In order to have his correct settings, he's not going to touch any of these buttons. He's not going to do anything here. He's not going to do anything here. The only thing he can do is touch this fader. The third one, not this one, not this one, not this one, this one, in order to reset his settings like they were supposed to be. This makes absolutely no sense. It's crazy and it's Stupid. Anyway, to come back to my loop station, my RC505 Mark II, it became unusable at all. I could not perform a single song without having that audio issue. So today I decided to return it to the store. So I went with my loop station, and I also went with my computer because I took my file from my loop station, you know, with all my settings, all my songs, so that I can put it on a new loop station that I would get to try out it, if everything would work fine, if I would not have any issues on the new loop station. So I went to the store. I told the guys that I needed to replace my loop station because it was very buggy, and I told them that I wanted to put my file on the new loop station before taking it with me. So I updated the new loop station. It was still the version 1.02. I updated to 1.12 and I put my file in it. I made a track live with the new loop station, and I just could not believe it. That means that no matter what loop station I am going to use, with the settings I have, with the effects I'm using, and the way I customize my loop station, I'm always going to have this shit happening to me. Is that what it's supposed to mean? So I put a story on Instagram about this issue, showing people that when I put the file from my loop to the new loop station, it had the same problem. And a lot of people answered saying that they have the same issue with that single hi-hat that you put on the loop station. Just a one time, just a single sound. A lot of people have this audio issue. So it's not just me. Why would you release a machine, boss, I'm talking to you right now. Why would you release a machine that crashes when you do a single ridiculous hi-hat? Don't you have people to try out your machines before you release it? Isn't there anyone who customized their own machines with shortcuts? Who put shortcuts like a bounce here, who put input through here? Isn't there anyone that made some customs here and tried a hi-hat and kept a loop going for maybe 4 or 5 minutes? Nobody did this. In your whole development crew, you have nobody that was able to do this. So here I am, buying a 620 euro machine and being the one giving feedback to boss for free. Wasting my own time because developers who were paid for this did not take enough time to do so. Boss, you should be ashamed right now. You should be totally ashamed. And the worst part is, you stopped selling the Mark I? Why would you stop producing a machine that works perfectly fine, that is user-friendly, that is more suited for beginners since it's not the same machine at all as the Mark II? Why would you stop producing this machine? So now this is why I have two machines with me. Thank you to the store, the retail store here in my city, who allowed me to take back home just for the weekend my loop station. I was gonna say something mean, but my loop station and a new loop station so that I can transfer manually my songs, you know, just by copying the effects, copying the settings, so that I can transfer my songs from one loop to the other without having to transfer the files directly and have myself with two buggy machines. But the worst thing is, I know that this new loop station that I got, the brand new one, sooner or later it's gonna get buggy and it's gonna crash on me and just stop functioning. I just know it because that's how much of a failure this machine is. So we are one day after I did the video you are watching. This is my old loop station. So I was taking the files, well, not the files, the effects, the settings, and I was putting it in this loop station, right? So I just turned this one on like 10 minutes ago. I turned the new loop station on. I did a factory reset once more. And yeah, I started putting the effects right here. But look what happened. This machine, wait, let me focus this. The machine just stopped working. It's all frozen now. I can't do anything. Literally 10 minutes after a brand new loop station turned on, it just freezes. Is this normal, boss? Please answer me. So look, I did a factory reset on the new loop station. This is a factory reset. Brand new. I did not take any file from this one to put it in there. Brand new. Listen to this shit. Boss, if you're watching this video, and I know you're watching this video, yo, let's meet up. Let's just meet up. I'll come over, I'll come with my loop station. I'll just show you all the things you missed out when developing your machine, because apparently a lot of things were missed out on. And things will go much faster like that. Bring me over, I'll develop this machine with you, no worries. I found a lot of things that have not been brought up apparently because it's still buggy as hell. So my advice to you here watching this video, if you want to get a BreZ RC505 Mark II, I'll be very honest. If your intention is to use it technically like I do, that is, you know, customize every little function, put some bounce here and there, do some assigns, use it very technically, don't be stupid. Don't buy this machine. Honestly, I'm going to save you from buying 600 bucks right now. Do not buy this machine. It will crash on you after weeks, months, maybe even days, I don't know. However, if you are a beginner and you want to use it in a very simple way, you don't want to use assigns, you don't want to do crazy stuff, you just want to loop, basically. Maybe use a few effects here and there, but nothing crazy. I think you'll be fine. I think you should not have too many issues, honestly. I don't know, because each machine is different, but I think you're not going to encounter as many problems as I did. You may have a little issue here and there once in a while, but honestly nothing too annoying. If you can find a Mark I, get it. Get a Mark I. If you can find a RC505 Mark I, this one, first generation, get it. If you cannot, try your luck with the Mark II. Can't promise what the results are going to be, but I'll say it again. If you want to use it like I do, very technically, I'll save you from spending 600 bucks. Don't buy it. Not yet. Wait a few months. I'll let you know when everything is perfect on this channel. I'll let you know, but don't buy it yet. Guys, this is it. I'm not going to talk more. I hope you found this video useful. I'm speaking nothing but the truth as usual and giving my honest opinion like I always do on this channel. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.